Alright, here we are with some Virtua Fighter 5. You know, this is not going to be some pro-level gameplay you're seeing here. This is more just to talk about the fact that Virtua Fighter is coming back. And maybe you're someone like me. You probably are someone like me, honestly. I mean, if you don't know, this is Virtua Fighter 5, and this is a remaster which came out 3 years ago, and it just got a balance update yesterday. The first balance update this game got in over a decade. So, yeah. Unfortunately, it's very hard for me to recommend this game for people who are getting into Virtua Fighter, because, and I want to be clear, I'm speaking about the console version. Right now, at the time of this video going live, there is a beta for the PC version of this game. This game is being released on PC for the first time. So you can play it for free until the beta is over. And there's no crossplay, unfortunately, because the PC version has rollback. So the reason why it's really hard for me to recommend this game, if you're on console like me, is because the game's pretty dead, and there's no rollback. The netcode is really bad. And this game is extremely difficult. It's probably one of the most timing-specific fighting games I've ever played, and it's impossible to learn it, really, because of how much delay there is in online. Even though this guy right here is clearly better than me, it doesn't really matter, because I never stood a chance anyways, because there's like 6 to 8 frames of delay right here. So it's hard for me to recommend the console version of this game, which is the version that's been out for the past 3 years. But I just want to make the video in general just to, you know, talk about the fact that there's a new one. Because, you know, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I'm some OG Virtua Fighter player that's... Bro, Virtua Fighter 5 came out in 2006. I was literally 2 years old when this game came out. I played Final Showdown probably when I was like 9 or 10 or something like that. I didn't play it a lot, but I played it. And then all my other Virtua Fighter experience comes from the Sega Genesis version of Virtua Fighter 2. And I remember people hyping up Virtua Fighter 2 like it was this amazing game. And then I played it and I'm like, this is absolutely like, I mean, yeah, it's impressive, but it's horrible. And that's because I was playing the Genesis version. So, you know, I didn't know that, but yeah, that's my experience with Virtua Fighter. Not much. But, I was always interested in it, and when this game came out in 2021, this game came out 1 week before Guiltygearstrive, and Guiltygearstrive was one of my most anticipated games ever, probably. So, I only had 1 week to play this game in its prime. Well, I don't even know if you could call it its prime, but it was, you know, the best we were ever going to get. And, you know, the online wasn't that great. I mean, at the time, the online was pretty good because we were used to delay-based games. It wasn't a big deal. But still, it wasn't great, especially considering Guiltygearstrive was coming out a week later, which has perfect netcode. So, yeah, it's hard to get into Virtua Fighter. It's super hard. I'm sure there's Discord servers that will, you know, help you, but I personally really dislike Discord fighters. I don't like having to go into a Discord to play a game that I bought, or just any game in general. I just don't like it. But, you know, this game, Virtua Fighter has always, and look, I prefer Tekken over Virtua Fighter any day, but Virtua Fighter has the smoothest animations, I would say, of probably any video game ever. Just the way everything goes together is so, like, expertly crafted. And I'm not gonna lie, when they showed that gameplay snippet of the new Virtua Fighter at the end of the trailer, the reveal trailer, you know, I was standing. I mean, it made me stand, because I think it's safe to say that from that 5 seconds of gameplay that we got, I think it's safe to say that Virtua Fighter is going to reclaim the crown of just having the most perfectly executed animations in probably any video game ever. I mean, they really understand, I guess, fighting, I guess, for them to be able to pull it off so well. And that's one thing I always liked about Virtua Fighter. I love the animations when you do moves, the animations when you dodge, the animations when you grab someone, all the grab animations, you know, the animations when you hit people, like the reaction to getting hit, it just feels amazing. And to be honest, maybe I do like Virtua Fighter more than Tekken, but it's impossible to know that in this day and age. It really is, because of just how dead this series has been. And, you know, the music in this game is amazing too. Everything about this game is amazing. It's just that it's a very hard game. It's very difficult. And like I said, this game originally came out in 2006. Do you know... Here's the secret if you guys don't know. And I guarantee you that this is true because it's happened to me every single time. The secret to getting good at a fighting game is playing it when it's new. Now, I don't know about you, but it's pretty hard to play a game that came out in 2006 as a new game. So, you know, every fighting game I've been good at, you know, I was one of the top dnfduel players when that came out. I was in the top, like, 0.1% of Tekken 8 players when that came out. Same with Street Fighter 6. Obviously, I fell off, but that's because I stopped grinding those games. But I was in, you know, the top 0.1% of all those games. I was literally #1 player with my character on DNFduel until I stopped playing the game. And the reason, literally the only reason why that happened is because I played the game when it came out. You don't understand the ability, the buff you get at getting better at a game when you play it when it comes out. It's so important to play a fighting game when it's brand new. And you can't do that with Virtua Fighter because the game is 4,000 years old. So that's always been the problem with Virtua Fighter. I'm pretty sure any fighting game player can tell you that playing a fighting game when it's new is so valuable. But with Virtua Fighter, it was literally impossible. I mean, the last game came out almost 20 years ago, and there's still, I mean, like I said, this is a remastered version of that game. So essentially, there's people who have been playing this game for almost 20 years, and you're just starting to play the game. Never a good sign. Obviously, there's new players, like the guy I'm fighting right here. You know, he clearly has not been playing for 20 years, just like me. But, it's hard. It's hard to find players on this game, on the console version at least. I do want to clarify that. I don't know how the PC version is. And the netcode is pretty bad on the console version. It's just nice to have a new VF. I can finally become a super fan of the series now. I'm going to play it when it comes out, obviously. I'm going to grind it like crazy. I'm going to get good at it, like I do with every fighting game, you know. Tekken 8 was the first Tekken game that I got to play at launch. Street Fighter 6, I mean, I played Street Fighter 5 at launch, but I was a small child, you know, and I got really good at both of those games. And the same thing is going to happen with VF. It happens with every fighting game. I'm going to understand the game. I'm going to become a fan. So that's why I wanted to make this video, because I hope that a lot of you, no matter how many people, if it's one person that watches this video, because VF videos get no views, or, you know, 100, whatever. If you're new to VF, you know, play this game, but really, really lock in when the new game comes out. I mean, it doesn't even have a name yet. But that's going to be the chance to become a Virtua Fighter fan or player. If this game isn't doing it for you, it's probably because of everything I just said. It's hard to find players. The people that do play the game have been playing the game for 20 years. Obviously, it doesn't look that great. It's a remastered version of a game that came out in 2006. The sound quality is pretty bad. The netcode is almost unplayable at times. This is not the best way, I would say, to get introduced to this game. But unfortunately, it's the only way, because it's the only game that's come out in the past 20 years. So, Yeah, I would say really lock in on the new one because it's going to be fire. It's going to be fire. And we don't really have a 3D fighter like Virtua Fighter. Dead or Alive is gone. Tekken has taken on a completely different form. So Virtua Fighter is, and I hope they keep it like a true fighting game. You know, I don't want to see projectiles and supers and all that. I feel like Virtua Fighter's like best quality is the fact that it is just plain throwing hands in the most fast-paced, difficult way possible. So yeah, I do hope they make combos make a little bit more sense though, because combos don't really make that much sense in this game. But it is what it is. Anyways, you know, like, sub. Who knows when Virtua Fighter is coming back, but I hope that you will all give it a chance. Virtua Fighter is so much fun, and the gameplay for this game is just, I mean, it's one of a kind, but everything around this game is not good in modern standards. So finally, this game will get a chance to shine. Peace.